Historic signals are starting to fire, and with some of the bigger time frames closing, it is imperative for the fundamentals to kick in. Lower time frames are displaying some higher probability signs of explosive price action, while the macro times are expressing weakness. Let's go over the conditions and how this can be salvaged from ruin. Welcome back to the channel on this sunny Sunday. This is ARCa, and let's dive into GME. Let's kill them, team. What is up, you guys, and welcome back to the channel. Please do me a favor, hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, do everything necessary to get this thing to live long, thrive, and survive. Let's go ahead and take a look at GME here, and this is it, man. This is it, my boy, Ryan Cohen. If there is any time that you should make a decision here or make some type of something happen for your company, then this is going to be it, man. I will express to you here some signs that can potentially lead price action towards a downside, right? So please take a look at this, as this is kind of a little bit of a crucifix here, right? You're looking at an evening star here, a hanging man per se, right? Also compared or also paired with a bearish engulfing candle formation, right? So this is a large red candle. The body in specific is engulfing the prior green body, right? So that usually tells us that there is some weakness here. Now, since the monthly time frame is closing here in around 16 hours, 52 minutes, aka the Monday market close, this would essentially retrace the 50%, right? So the 50% of this monthly bar is approximately around here, right? 2147-ish. That's roughly its 50%. But this isn't the only thing that's closing, right? We also have the quarterly bar closing. Check it out. And this is it right here. Now, the quarterly bar does have an upside though, okay? This is indicating a top side of around 2351 to 2429, which is great. And now, one time frame that really no one ever looks at, right? I'm going to go ahead and take you to it now. So let's go ahead and take a look at the 9-month close. This is going to be closing here in 16 hours and 15 minutes as well. But this bar here, ladies and gentlemen, this is or can be considered an inverted hammer. And this is my good news for you, right? This is what I think can salvage price action, despite the fact that we can drop to around 2147 or whatever that was on a monthly time frame. If we're looking at this formation here, this is a magnificent candle to consider higher probability output, right? And this is absolutely the biggest volume that it's had. So let's go ahead and just kind of gain visibility here on that volume bar. Take a look at that massive volume bar right here, right? And there is literally nothing else around to display, right? So actually, you know what? Let's go ahead and just get the red color in there just so we can make sure, right? So we'll put it in like this and see if we have any. Yeah, there's the red one right there, right? And here's the compare. This is a green one, and then this is another green one here from this 9-month close. And it just so happens to be the very bottom of the price action here. And this is your new inverted hammer as a 9-month candle, right? Incredible stuff. Now, since it is closing, remember, we tend to retrace to the mean, right? So this is going to retrace to its 50%. What is the 50% of this large 9-month inverted hammer, right? So let's go ahead and see what that is, right? Measure the whole thing just like this, right? So if we can just go ahead and get there we go. We need to show the drawings, right? So let's go ahead and put it down just like this here and find out how big this candle could be, right? So check this out. We're coming up to about a 50% level of around 2528, which is confluent to the 3-day time frame 2429 top for its 50% retrace, which is presently happening, right? So if it is the case that we got an upside continuation, then let's go ahead and just mark off what this 2528 or 2529 is looking like, right? So here it is. Let's get that 50% and take a look at this area right in here between these two 9-month bars. There is actually the valuation of opening and closing from both of these bars right around that area there, right? So here's the 50% actually at 2540 at a true value, right? So that's taking us down here, telling us that we could have a space between 2513 and 2540 in order for, for some resistance to be found, right? So why don't we just go ahead and kind of catalog that here right now. Now, real quick before I continue, guys, right? The first week has already started for the Masters course, for the beginners charting and trading mentorship, right? Great full house. Now, I will say this. I still have 5 seats available that I want you guys to take advantage of, right? Make sure, get in touch with me at ArcMastersCourse@gmail.com because this has already started. And I will tell you this, the first lecture, the first week is being repeated this Wednesday. And that's what happens, right, guys? We actually go over the initial, let's say, for example, this week number 2 is going to begin here on Sunday, 9 a.m. PST, right? So that lecture 2 will be repeated on Wednesday. Again, the same one live with me, right? So ArcMastersCourse at gmail.com is what you want to reach here to take advantage of the last 5 seats available for this course. I want you to get into the mentorship program right away. Stop making excuses. Let's make sure to make better portfolios, right? And yeah, but great class today. Welcome, master students. I love it. And let's see if we can just fill the rest of the house here and we'll be good to go. Okay, so now we have the range here that we can face. Let's go ahead and put some receipts on that because we want to make sure that we can keep track of these targets as we move forward, right? Very cool stuff. There we go. 25.39 to about 25.13. And this could be that zone that we're looking at for a higher probability move. Now, guys, I know that everything I talk about is based around probabilities and mathematics, but that's really what the markets are, right? The markets are completely ran by algorithms. So algorithms, as you know, they're mathematical. So that's what we got to do, right? We got to trade the institutional way, and that's what I want to teach you here. Guys, okay? You're talking to a person here that's about to be an institutional trader, signing contracts here to a hedge fund. You're talking to one right now. So let's go ahead and take advantage of while I'm available here, right? Because this, guys, as soon as I start institutional trading, I'm not sure what's going to happen to my course. I'm not sure what's going to happen to my teaching live, right? So let's go ahead and continue. Let's come back down to the 3-month time frame because that the quarter close is coming, right? So now observing this top side here matches very well to the top side of this candle here from the 9-month bar, right? That's great. We have confluence. It's looking good. Now, if we have further confluence, what would this area be though, right? Because we do have a resistance here at the prior monthly close at 24.69. Granted, I don't really see anything around there, but if I use that 24.69, what happens to this 50%, right? What happens to the 50% of the range? Well, that becomes the resistance that we were just looking at, right? So now we have an overall resistance range. So that's what we want to take a look at, right, guys? We want to make sure that we can find the confluence between areas, right? So now this the middle bound is confluent to this and to this right here. Good stuff. And that's the way we play it, right, guys? Higher probability outputs. That's how it goes. So let's go ahead and now kind of color the inside here. We're going to color it so that we can have some type of exit strategy as well if you are long this asset and are looking to take profit in the immediate short term, right? So this is what it's presently looking like, the macro targets. Now, I want to go ahead and just display to you that that the downside here could be relevant for an immediate short term too. But this can increase the probabilities for a bounce though. The weekly time frame just closed, right? So if we're going to look at the 50% retrace of the weekly time, right? This is your weekly bar right here, right? So we'll go ahead and measure that bar just like we do on the other bars as well. So that'll tell us that this is the support bound here. Okay, so the support bound is very much confluent to this level here. This candle top, right? Take a look at the 50% of that box that I drew with the top of this wick. Very confluent and also confluent to this closing of this bar, which is also the top end of a gap. So that, to me, it's telling me that we may actually have a very short-lived downside for the immediate short, right? So let's go ahead and just kind of plot that out and see what that's looking like for us, right? I gotta put it all the way down there to 21.54. Remember, we were already talking about a 21.47, right? So in fact, it's going to be right about 21.53. The macro time was giving us a 21.47. Take a look at the opening bar here. That's around a 21.53 as well. In fact, it's 21.54, right? Good stuff. We have confluence everywhere. So now we have an entry range. This could be the long zone. Okay, guys? I need you to be aware of something. 7:55 a.m. Eastern time, right? That's going to be right at around 10:55 Pacific. We're going to be getting Chair Powell speaking. Is he going to rug pull us? We don't know what he's going to do, but we got to be very aware over what those potentials could be. Okay, guys? So we want to find out. We want to see, how is he feeling hawkish? Is he going to be dovish? What is he going to be? Right? But still, here are the targets that we're looking for. We're looking for entry criteria within this zone here. Okay. Now, what about the targets that we talked about last week? Are those at all, feasible? Are they meeting our criteria or not? Right? So let's go ahead and take a look at those, because something tells me that they may have. Let's go down to the 1 hour time frame, because that's where we were in the immediate short term. Okay, great. Take a look at that. This was your price action here. We'll go to the 15 minute. We were talking about resistance right up here, right? We're talking about loading zone right down here. Well, what do you know? We got that exact move. Guys, this is what I want to show you. I want to be able to teach you guys exactly what price action can do, minute by minute. Find your resistance zone. Find your supports, right? Find your take profits, your risk management, all of that stuff. Make sure to get in touch with me, guys. You know the email, ArcMastersCourse@gmail. Now, the macro signals that I was talking about earlier are these. So let's go ahead and take a look at this chart here. Let's block out the drawings and just actually, number one, these entry criteria here, 2240 to around 2195. Look at this. 2220 to around 2154. Very, very, very similar already, right? So now the new data that we're getting here and collecting is very similar to the data that we were already looking at for potential entry within the immediate short. So just like always, take your receipts, right? Let's put this down in the 4 hour time frame like this, so that we're able to see that price action may actually do one of these numbers here. Immediate short-term upside, potential resistance right at this area here, prior day's high, 2309, right? It could be your monthly high as well. Come back down here, load the boat, continue towards the upside, bounce a little bit within this area here, right? Validate your local supports, could be somewhere around the area of this closing here at 2251. Continuation to the upside and resisting right around there at this target that could be around $24, right? Good stuff. Let's just see if that's going to be what's going to be happening here, okay? Now, the signals that I was talking about in the introduction are these. Let's go to the daily time frame. Number one it's still fired, right? We were talking about an upside probability here that can take us to 11.19%, which is equivalent to around that $25 target anyway, $24 target. And as long as we're maintaining within the expansive level and the contractive level, volatility that is, we're still fired, right? That signal is still going. Now, let me take you into the buy daily. Take a look at this buy daily. We have expansion coming out, breaking the 15% threshold of linear volatility. And look at that upside bias. And guess what? We closed a green bar. I don't like the large wicks on top, all good. But we have a green upside and upside posturing on stochastic momentum in a gravitational zone. Good stuff. Now, what about the 3-day time frame? Check this out. 3-day time frame completely in a massive contraction phase with an upside bias entering that gravitational zone. Guys, there could be something here. There could be something here. I wouldn't doubt it if we have an immediate short-term upside, right? Get that downside on the next 3-day time, maybe a buy daily time, and start creating some type of a bull flag here that can start creating price actions, new highs. Something is brewing within GME. I know that they're talking about the acquisitions. I know there's talks about the whole BBBY thing, right? Let's find out what it's going to be. Let's talk. Talk to me in the comments below. Let's see what the hell that is. And if you guys have any further questions, or you guys want to go ahead and kind of observe the GME chart with me live, I trade in a private Discord group, right? It's mine. In the ARCa Bulls server, the ARCa Bulls trading team. You can go ahead and hit this link here. They're going to be expired here pretty soon, right? This is your chance to get inside of the trading team for a one-time fee forever. You trade with me forever, right? Otherwise, go ahead and visit the Discord and come on by and check it out, right? The market prep, the after party right after this is going to start happening, right? We're going to be inside of the ARCa Bulls free section going over the plays for tomorrow. So let's go ahead and just kind of finish off the video here. I think this is a pretty good place to leave off. If any questions or concerns, let me know. But I'm definitely here, team. Love you all, and we'll talk soon. Please take whatever I do show and iterate within these videos as just a form of entertainment, as I cannot suggest for you to buy, sell, or hold any assets whatsoever. Ever, ever, ever. I need you to do your own due diligence and everything will be cool. But with that said, team, I wish you well. A very, very good rest of your night and or day. And I'll catch you at the bell mañana. Adios. Let's go.